13 Demon Street. I am condemned to live here, to suffer on this earth eternally, as a punishment for my sin. It is said that no greater outrage was ever committed by any mortal. But, should I find a crime more heinous, my terrible punishment will end.
Come with me.
Yes, ma'am. What can I do for you? Can I help you?
I want to confess to a crime.
I think you better see the inspector. Thank you.
Yes. Right away. Back way.
Come. Inspector, this young lady says she's committed a crime.
Have her sit down.
Sit down.
Well, now, what's this about you committing a crime?
I've come to give myself up. I've done something horrible.
Oh, I'm sure it's not as bad as all that. You don't look like a hardened criminal to me. What have we here?
That's what I came here for. You better keep it.
Well, looks like some kind of a doll. Is it involved in this terrible crime you're supposed to have committed?
It's an evil thing, and it should be destroyed. And I with it.
Maybe you better start at the beginning. Tell me all about it.
It's a voodoo doll. And, oh, it was so horrible. It was the night of the party. Everyone was having fun.
Come on, Betty. Don't be a party pooper. Not at your own party.
Carl, please.
Leave my wife alone, Carl.
Okay, Jimmy boy, simmer down. I won't damage her.
Jim? Jim, no scene, not now. Gran loves watching. Come on, everybody, let's dance. Eric, a little music, if you please.
Mrs. Duncan, it's getting a little late.
Oh, Mr. Granlund, it's early yet.
Tomorrow is a working day. I must be going.
So soon? Can't you stay a little longer?
I'm afraid not.
Well, that was a pleasant fiasco.
I so wanted the party to be a success.
You know who you can thank for that. Wish I'd never invited that Carl.
You had to, Jim.
Yeah, the boss's son, Mr. Carl Wikstrom. That was a pretty scene for Granlund to see.
I'm sorry it happened.
Did you have to lead him on?
Oh, Jim, don't start that again tonight of all nights.
Don't care, I just don't want him pawing at you. Guy thinks he can get away with murder.
Let's not fight. We're supposed to be celebrating our anniversary.
Okay. Hey, let's take a look at some of this loot. Oh, well, now let's see what we got here. There's a real... Who do you suppose would pick out a thing like that? Friend or foe?
Torsten Granlund, general manager of the Wikstrom Boatyard.
Yeah, well, that figures. Stuff shirt never did like me. Hey, this is a real decorator's delight.
Lovely. What is it?
Authentication voodoo doll.
Voodoo doll?
Who's it from?
Carl.
Pretty weird, isn't it? Hey, listen to this. If you want to revenge yourself on your enemy, just follow these instructions. Paste a picture of the face of your intended victim over the blank one on the doll. Place the candle in the carved base and light it. By the light of the candle alone, stick one of the pins into whatever part of the person you want to injure.
Oh, delightful.
Hey, if you want to kill your enemy, stick the pin squarely through the face itself.
Oh, charming.
Hey, that gives me a great idea.
What you gonna do?
Where are those Polaroid snapshots we took tonight? I'm going to teach our friend Casanova Carl a little lesson. Here, this'll do swell. Give me the paste, will you?
Jim, do you think you ought to?
It's my civic duty. Turn out the light. Now, where are those pins? Okay, Mr. Carl Vikstrom, Jr. This'll teach you to keep your grubby hands to yourself.
Oh, Mr. Duncan?
Yes, who are you?
My name is Jana Lind. I'm Mr. Granland's new secretary.
Oh, yes, he told me he was getting a new girl. You're just beginning?
Yeah, this morning. Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Granland asked for the Seastrom account.
Yes, that's all right. I'll take it into him.
Thank you.
Miss Lynn? Welcome aboard.
Thank you, Mr. Duncan.
Oh, look, we'll see a lot of each other. Why don't I call you Jana?
If you like.
You can call me Jim.
I think I'd better not, Mr. Duncan.
Not even on our own time?
Perhaps.
Mr. Duncan, will you come into my office, please?
You wanted me, Mr. Granlund?
Yes. Your layout will do very nicely, Duncan.
Thank you, sir. I thought that was the right approach.
You have been with us for 6 months.
Near 7, sir.
Oh, yes, yes. We have been happy with your work, Duncan. With your work. Do I make myself clear?
I think I know what you mean, sir.
We here at Vikstrom Boat Yachts are used to dignity, self-control.
The incident you refer to, Mr. Granlund, wasn't caused by me. You were there. You saw who was to blame.
Mr. Vikstrom Jr. will someday be president of this company. He'll own it,
Oh, I
Mr.
understand,
Duncan.
sir. I understand.
Thank you. That will be all. By the way, Duncan, would you be good enough to follow through on the Seastrom account?
I thought Mr. Vikstrom Jr. was going to handle that account, sir.
Mr. Vikstrom won't be with us for a few days.
Oh?
He had a most unfortunate accident last night. Caught his hand in the automatic garage door.
How horrible.
There's a coincidence for you.
Jim, suppose it isn't a coincidence.
Nonsense. Of course it was a coincidence. Anyway, we can always prove it.
No, Jim, don't I? I don't like it.
For Pete's sake, Betty, it's nothing but a gag toy. Hello? Yes, sir. Yes? Yes, I understand. Yes, sir. Yes, thank you for calling. That was Granlund. They just had a board meeting, and Carl's all right. He'll be back at work next week. It's the new head of advertising.
Oh, Jim, you counted on that position. It should have gone to you.
Yes. Only I'm not the boss's son.
It isn't Carl's fault.
Isn't it? Carl Vikstrom Jr. My boss. You know what I wish? I wish I'd stuck this pin right through his eye.
Jim!
At least I'll have the satisfaction of trying, even if it doesn't work. But let's hope it does.
The days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord
Forever.
It's a dark day, Mr. Duncan. Such a tragic loss.
Yes, so unexpected.
By the way, Duncan, you will of course have to take over the late Mr. Vikstrom's position as Director of Advertising.
Yes, sir.
Good day, then.
Miss Lynn?
I can't accept it, Jim. I can't accept it. It's just another coincidence.
Really, Betty, you think I pushed his car in the harbor myself?
I want you to get rid of that thing. I want you to throw it out. Get it out of the house. Destroy it.
Okay. Make a federal case out of it.
Jim!
I can always go someplace where I'm not treated like a witch doctor.
Jim, you scared me. No, Jim, not here.
Nobody here but us chickens.
Jim. No, Jim.
It is late, Miss Lind. You had better go home.
Yes, Mr. Granlund.
By the way, Miss Lind, you don't need to come to work on Monday or any other day. Do I make myself clear?
Mr. Granlund, I think...
Just a minute, Mr. Duncan. I'm not so sure Vikstrom boat yachts can't get along without your services also. Certainly I feel someone should acquaint your wife with your outrageous behavior.
You, I suppose.
Yes, Mr. Duncan.
I... Please, Mr. Granlund, what my wife doesn't know won't hurt her. A scandal in this town would ruin me.
I see my duty quite clearly, Mr. Duncan. Good night. And by the way, Mr. Duncan, I want you there when I talk with your wife.
Granlund.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Duncan. May I come in?
Of course.
Is Mr. Duncan at home too?
Yes, he's out in the garage. Won't you sit down?
No, thank you.
May I offer you something?
This is not a social visit. I'll wait for him.
I'll see what's keeping him.
Yes.
Mr. Granlund?
What happened?
I don't know. He just keeled over.
He's dead. What did he want?
He wanted to see us.
Did he say anything?
No. Why?
Nothing.
Good morning, Mr. Duncan.
Good morning, Ross.
Are you keeping Mr. Granlund's secretary now that you've become head of the company?
Yes, she'll be working for me now.
Oh, nice girl, that. Real nice girl.
Excuse me.
Good luck, Mr. Duncan.
Thank you.
Please don't, Jim. No.
I love you, Jonna.
What can it lead to, Jim?
I don't care. I want you.
No, Jim.
I want to marry you, Jonna.
But you're not free.
Jonna, what if I were free?
Please, Jim, please.
Inspector. I felt that he wanted me out of the way. I was living a nightmare. I didn't know what he would do. It was like the house was filled with an evil magic feeling of death. I began to feel that there really was something to its magic power. But when I found it, with the candle ready, and my picture pasted to its empty face, I knew I was next. So I took Jim's picture, and I pasted it to the back of mine, and I scratched out my face. I killed him.
Mrs. Duncan, that phone call a moment ago came from your house. I thought it best that we checked your story. The officers found your husband's body in the garage, as you said. But they seem to feel that his death was due to his tripping over a rake in the garage.
Oh, the doll. I told you about Carl and Mr. Granlund. I know it was the doll.
Mrs. Duncan, from what you have said, Carl Wikström died from an auto accident. Mr. Granlund from a heart attack. And now, according to the coroner, your husband from a tragic accident.
I know this must seem strange to you, Inspector, but I also know what the doll can do. It can kill. I feel it.
Just what do you want me to do? Arrest you for the murder of your husband and claim that this wooden doll was a murder weapon? No, Mrs. Duncan, I can't make myself believe that. I suggest that you get this silly notion out of your head. You need rest and friends. It's been a trying time for you. I'm sure in a while you will forget all about it. Olaf?
Yes, sir?
See that Miss Duncan is driven home.
Yes, sir.
Goodbye, Miss Duncan.